creative, you're a martial artist, you're an entrepreneur, you're a dancer. How do you stay grounded with all of these labels and all this busyness that you've curated intentionally in your life?
It's a good question. I feel like that was the first time I've meditated on camera, so that was nice. Firstly, thanks for that. But I think meditation is definitely a big part of how I stay grounded. And it's not always stop and close your eyes and breathe. Like sometimes it's going for a run, or it's boxing, or it's dancing. Like those are ways that I stay grounded, or I stay I guess just locked in on whatever I'm doing, just being present. You know what I mean? Yeah, it feels like a lot of things when you say that, and you're like, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing a lot of things, but I'm really only doing one thing at a time, though. You know what I mean? I'm not doing them all at the same time.
Yeah.
It may look like that, on the surface, but like really, like I'm just there whenever I'm doing something, and I just like doing stuff. So whether I'm here at a podcast, or I'm dancing, or I'm filming something, it's like I'm just there, and I guess that keeps me grounded.
So being focused in everything that you're doing, one thing at a time.
100%. Yeah, just giving all my energy to that thing. Just doing the best that I can at that step, and then again, and then again, and then looking back, and then seeing where it's gone.
How do you deal with distractions these
days? Bro, I get so distracted. It's hard, man. I think just like being kind to myself, like some days you're on and you're super locked in, and other days you're just getting distracted every 2 seconds. But that's okay. Like I switch it up. I go do something else. I go see what's calling, like what am I actually being drawn to? Why am I getting so distracted when I'm trying to do this thing, whatever it is? I think being able to take a step back and, switch gears and change it up is something that helps me anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes it is very hard every 2 seconds, and I have to put a lock on my Instagram app.
I have a 15-minute lock.
Yeah.
That I'm always like, all right,
Just 15 minutes?
It's 15 minutes. And every time it goes off, like I might be like, remind me again in 15 minutes sometimes. Or I'll just be like, all right, get this out of here. Get this out of my face. This is too much now, I think. Yeah, sometimes you need that to keep yourself accountable. Otherwise, you just be doom scrolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And look, these days I'm really curious on the word creative, right? I'm trying to lean into it.
Yeah.
But I don't wear the label of being a creative, right? I'd say I am creative, but am I a creative? That's the tension I'm holding at the moment in myself. But I'm seeing for yourself, you wear that really well, right? You're a creative. Tell me about it.
That's deep. I guess I don't really think about it like that when it comes to creativity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone can be a creative. Yeah. Everyone is creative, but whether you wear the hat or not doesn't really change the fact that you can be creative. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like as we get older, a lot of people lose that. They're like, oh no, I'm not creative. I'm not like an artist. I'm not painting paintings, or I'm not, dancing in YouTube videos. Like that doesn't make me, that's so creative. But I feel like, every time you do that, you build up like a different layer of like who you're not, and like what kind of, I guess, like titles you identify with, I guess. But I think for me, it's just like, I just like doing the thing. You know what I mean? And I like being creative. I don't like being creative. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's always like that first for me. But yeah, I do understand, like as you get older, a lot more judgment comes in sometimes. You know, you start comparing yourself, you know, especially with creative stuff. I get it. Like
Yeah.
so much awesome videos out there, so many awesome photography accounts. And so you go out and you start taking photos and you're like, I'm not a photographer though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
photography is just, it's an art in itself. Like you just go out and you just shoot, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like sometimes we can get a bit too caught up in the labels that you forget to just do the thing. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. And I think for me, that's why I always kind of go back to like, I feel like I'm just like an artist, but at the end of the day, man, I'm just a human being, bro. Like I'm just doing what feels right for me at the time, and everything else kind of stems from that. But I never want to be like locked into just being a creative, you know what I mean? Like whether it be creativity or even like business or like something new, like I don't know, sculpting. I guess that's still creative. What's not creative? Accounting, you know what I mean? I guess it can be. You know what? Anything can be creative. Eh?
Accounting can be very
It can
creative.
be.
And you massage the numbers to appear
I know
some
some
way,
very creative accountants.
Magic accounting, creative accounting. Yeah, we all know a few of them.
Yeah. So I feel like, man, you are definitely a creative because you know you're doing hella creative things. Yeah, and I feel like that's why we connect as well. Like this podcast is creative. Like speaking and actually holding conversations is like an art in itself. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a lot to unpack though. I know what you mean.
It is. And like through this podcast, I've been involved. I'm not counting, but Jasper reminds me that we're coming up to 6 years of OKIRU, right?
Nice.
Jasper and Gerald
Heck yeah.
started this baby and I came along, and
congrats. 6 years to be doing one thing is a long time. Yeah. To be doing anything, you know, consistently. Yeah, it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah. Well, tell me about Flying Art Studios, because you celebrated your 9th birthday the other week, right?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
How did it all begin? Tell me about it.
Flying. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
Damn, man. Flying Art Studios. Bro, flying art. You know, flying comes from my background in martial arts, and we've spoken about this like off camera. But you know, my dad teaches Vietnamese martial arts, and so when I was born, I like went straight into it. It's like you're gonna go train, and it was like kind of like karate, kung fu, a lot of like very like traditional like katas and forms, and just hella discipline, it just teaches you a lot about respect, you know what I mean? And so there's always like flying kicks and flying elbows, and you know, I'm a big like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan fan. So flying kind of comes from that, right? That kind of aspect of like, yeah, martial arts, and I guess that whole realm. And then art is just my love for art, you know, like fine art, visual arts, dance, movement art, like anything when it comes to like just expression, like that's my thing. So flying art, it's all about like elevating art. So at the end of the day, the goal is to really uplift other artists, not just myself, but the creative scene here in Melbourne. So Flying Art Studios, that's where the name comes from anyway. And that was in 2016 when we first kind of kicked things off. I just finished film school. And I was like, fuck, what do I do now? You know, let me go apply for some jobs, or, you know, film was always something that I was just kind of naturally good at and I enjoyed, and a place where I was like, you know what, I'd love to one day just work on a film set. Like that would be cool. Like, you know, when you're trying to figure out what career or what path you want to go down.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, you know what would be like a good way to spend my time? And I think if I can be on a film set, like fucking holding a coffee or like holding a light or like anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That feels like just a fun place to be. Like, and it's crazy because, you know, here we are now on a film set, you know, recording. I'm in front of the camera, which is a bit different, but this is where I want to be, you know, like creating films, telling stories, connecting with other just people. And I've met so many amazing business owners, artists throughout the years. It's been a crazy 9 years, but it's been a hell of a journey, and I'm really proud to still be here, still creating, still running the business, and then connecting with like new people that are on like similar journeys when it comes to creativity. Also, a lot of like Vietnamese Australians that I've been connecting more with lately. Guys like Nam and Jay. It's been super dope to have flying art as like my my baby, like this this business that has essentially flown me to different like areas of like the world, even like, and just helped me connect with different people, and I've learned a lot about myself through this business, and all the ups and downs, all the challenges, all the setbacks have made me who I am today. So that's what flying art is, I guess.
So the flying art started with fly kicks and aerials and big
Not
power
literally.
moves.
Well, actually, kind of literally. My grad film was an action film.
Yeah.
So I would love to choreograph like fight scenes and that kind of stuff. I've always had a fascination with martial arts and especially fight choreography. Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, those guys. Even like Jason Statham, like. Yeah, the athleticism, the creativity, and I feel like if you watch our films, you'll see a lot of movement, you'll see a lot of energy, combined with dance and the way that music is timed with visuals and the feeling that you can get from watching visuals, seeing it all come together. I just love movies, man. I love watching scenes play out, people acting. Yeah, seeing that and just how a movie can change someone's life. It can change your whole perspective, right?
That's right.
Yeah, like someone can go out of cinema and, completely flip the way that they view something. So it's always been interesting to me.
What's been your standout movie that has shaken your life? Then?
Shaken my life?
Yeah.
A standout movie that's shaken my life? I feel like there's so many. I mean, Tarantino is like one of my favorite all-time directors. I'm sure a lot of people's like favorite directors, but when I discovered him and I discovered movies like Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs and Inglourious Bastards, I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is beautiful. It's like poetry, you know what I mean? The dialogue, the music, it was just cool. And so Tarantino, Scorsese, like some of my like favorite directors, and the way that they share these stories and sync that with the music and the feeling that you get from watching something like that. As soon as I started seeing those kind of movies, that shit just has changed my life, man.
Yeah. And for me, have you seen the movie Requiem for a Dream? There's these 4 stories of drug use, essentially.
Right. I know it, but I don't know if I've actually sat down and watched it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, the storying element, the visual element, and all of that as well. It just, that's the movie that's shaken me.
Right. How did it actually shake you though?
I remember, I think it was school holidays at one point. I was 16 or something, and I was watching it just before I'd gone to bed. And
as you do,
I think the crescendo of it, the build up, and the 4 different stories, independently, but weaving into the end and joining forces at the end. And it was visually and thematically just very shocking at the same time. It's introducing prescription drug use, for example, and showing the negative impacts of how that could make somebody addicted as well, right?
Bro, that, I don't know why, but Requiem for a Dream just reminds me of every single trance event out there. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a trance event or something along those lines.
There's a song, Mark Sixma, Requiem.
Yeah, all right. That must be
this
it.
This is like 2013, 2014, 15.
Right.
Big trance music. Yeah, big room trance.
Did you ever go to like trance events?
Yeah.
Yeah? You did? I feel like you would. You're Vietnamese Australian, aren't you?
Yeah. That was a fun time.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
It's a common experience.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of Asians at raves, and it still is.
A lot of Asians. a lot of drugs, a lot of sunglasses, a lot of Vicks.
Exhibit A.
Not me. I haven't been in a while, but yeah, man, Asians seem to love trance events, and I definitely see why. Like the euphoria, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
escapism, the feeling of like going somewhere, like going to like a almost like a different realm with your friends through music and maybe other substances, but essentially through the music, right?
Yeah, look, we grow up in somewhat of a high pressure and quite a tense environment, right?
Yeah.
From a young age, I and many others, where you go to this tutoring, you go to tutoring for different subjects
Yeah.
as well,
Tell me about
right?
it,
So
bro.
when I was in VCE, I had a chemistry tutor, a physics tutor,
Oh
English
God.
and maths, right? That's four extra, right?
Damn.
Growing up, I wanted to play cricket, to be honest. I looked
Right.
up to Brett Lee and Shane Warne and
Damn.
things like that.
Yep.
But I never got the chance to play because my time was filled up and my time was filled up with other things, right? So I think like my parents were very single-mindedly, education is the only way to go.
Yep.
But I wish I had, hey, go out and do fly kicks and things like that, because that adds so much of another element to it. And yeah, growing up high pressure, but also, yeah, just having that pressure on you to perform and to make the most of this opportunity and to pay your dues in the way that, hey, your parents came over with nothing.
Yep.
You gotta do something and make their sacrifice worthwhile. And
100%.
so going into a trance event and being let go of all pressure and all expectations, to have lights shining in your face, to have happy people dancing and hugging.
Yep.
It's addictive for that very reason.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. I feel like, yeah, we all have a very similar upbringing, especially, people that were born here, having refugee parents. It's like you just have this like sense of, I guess it's kind of like guilt. It's kind of like you owe them, you owe the world to them. Um, you just find yourself like always kind of going back to that. I don't know about you, but do you feel that? Like you kind of just think about it sometimes and you're like, damn, like my parents actually came here from a war-torn country. Like they were literally escaping a war, and they left everything to start a new life. And then here we are, in Australia, not having to deal with any of that. And it's like, well, what kind of sense of responsibility do we have here now to our parents? And so, yeah, that pressure I can definitely see like a lot of people really take it on board, and that's everything. They dedicate their life to paying back their parents essentially, and at all costs too. Sometimes at the cost of their own passions and their own dreams. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, to bring it back, when you go to a trance event, it's like you're kind of being able to live your dream in a different way. It's like you get to feel this sense of joy for yourself. And I think, that feeling of happiness is what a lot of people strive for at the end of the day, right? But sometimes, when you're grinding and you're hustling for your parents, you may not feel that fulfillment. You may not feel that joy. It may feel like the right thing to do because you're doing something for them. And that's what they have asked of you. And that feels good too. There's nothing wrong with that, because I get it. But sometimes you feel like you're missing something, right? And yeah, it's hard when you say no to yourself, Yeah.
But on that trance element as well, it's in community,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Like me and my Vietnamese Australian mates, like a whole pack of us, get a maxi taxi,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you all get in together, and it's this limited frame of controlled chaos.
Yes.
That's there as
Controlled
well.
chaos.
You're
Yeah.
laughing, you're screaming, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a
But
beautiful thing.
I'm also curious because as a Vietnamese filmmaker, right? A lot of people, there's this stereotypical the lawyers, the doctors, people get pushed down that route because those professions contain prestige. But it's not just for Vietnamese Australians or Asian Australians, but for ethnic kids,
Yes.
really, right? But how
Yes.
did you get into filmmaking at the start? Because, and then also pursue that in film school, like
Yeah.
straight out of high school, right?
It wasn't straight out of high
No.
school. No, it was definitely not. It was a journey to get there. I'm not like that person that was like, when I was at a young age, like I always loved filmmaking and I just,
Yeah.
found that I was like, I was just living life, figuring it out. My parents, were very like academic focused, like make sure you go to school, get good grades, finish year 12, just finish year 12. And that was like a lot of my thing. They didn't put too much pressure on me, but it was always like, make sure you go to school and get educated, and just be a good person at the end of the day. So I was always like, quite studious. I enjoyed learning, but learning the things that I enjoyed. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, after year 12, I was like, what the fuck do I do now? Like what happens after this? Like, and then I went to uni. I actually went to Monash and I studied marketing first. That was my first like course out of school, because that's just what you do, right? You just go to uni.
Go to uni.
So yeah, I was studying. I was like, all right, let me try and get into a good uni. So, thankfully I got there. I got into business marketing at Monash. Started uni. I was like, what the fuck is this place? I was struggling to make friends. I was like, this is just weird. I'm like, I don't have to go to class. Then I just stopped going to class. Then I started partying. That's when I started, really getting into the Asian clubbing scene.
Yeah.
But I kept deferring because I was like, this is not what I really want to do. Like I'm interested in marketing. I'm interested in business. I always knew that I wanted to do something in that realm. But after 3 years of like going there, deferring, I was working at Adidas and Foot Locker, just selling sneakers. And I was like, what the fuck do I do with my life? You know what I mean? I was dancing a lot too, making dance videos here and there just for fun because I enjoyed it. And then, one day I was like, you know what? It was my third time doing that same marketing degree at Monash. I was like, this is not it. This is not for me. Like, I need to do something that I genuinely enjoy doing, because I've always done better at that.
Of course.
In high school, I was studying art. I was studying like graphic design, even business management, even psychology. Those were the subjects that I was like genuinely interested in. So I always found that I would, just naturally do better. So I was like, you know what? Let me try film school. Like, I wonder what that would be like. And I enjoy it. I feel like if I do this course, I'll at least get a degree in something that I actually like, and that will make my parents happy as well. They didn't get the opportunity to go to uni and graduate. So, and that was something they definitely pressured me into doing as well.
Get that piece of paper.
Yeah, get that paper. I'm like, man, fuck that paper. But I get it, so fuck. All right, this one's for them, but it's also for me too. Like, and I'm not going to be able to do it unless I enjoy it. Otherwise,
100%.
So I was just like, fuck it, let's try it. Let's see what happens. So I went to film school. I loved it. I found that I learned more from my classmates than I did. A lot of people ask me, like, is it worth going to film school? Like anyone can just pick up a camera and you don't need to go to film school. But I think, like, one, you can get a degree and, make your parents proud, I guess.
Get that paper.
Yeah, on paper it looks great. But also, like, my classmates, I was very fortunate to meet some super talented, like, cinematographers, actors that I would just sit next to, and I would ask them questions all day, like, what's color grading? Like, what are lenses? Like, why is this lens? What does it actually mean? You know what I mean? And I was so curious, and I was so interested in, like, just making films. That taught me a lot, and that helped me, build the business that it is today. That is ultimately based on filmmaking. You know, like we do commercials, we do music videos, we do like short films, like anything, but the craft is what actually has helped us get to where we are now. You know, without that foundation and that skill set, like none of this would have worked. You know, so yeah.
So what advice would you give for somebody who's got a passion for filmmaking? They've got their phones, they've got a camera,
Yep.
and should they go to film school then? Or should they just go out and create and use life as a teacher?
I mean, film school's not for everyone, I feel. The theory side isn't for everyone. But if you can, I mean, it worked for me. Like, it helped me. I know it's not for everyone, but if you feel like you're the type of person who needs maybe that structure or needs some kind of like mentorship, because some of the tutors are actually great. It's set up for you to, you know, go into school and ask your teacher for feedback and ask them for advice. Sometimes it's hard to do that without, you know, that structure.
Yeah.
And I never really had any like mentors or other filmmakers to look up to when I was like just getting into it. You know what I mean? Nowadays it's a lot easier, but yeah, if you're thinking about it and you feel like you want to, you know, get amongst it and you want to do it like professionally, then why not? I feel like at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt to learn. But also you got to be shooting as well. I think that taught me more than the actual school itself. Like when I was in it, I was just making projects, like just making stuff, going out, hiring the gear. Also, you get free gear. So, you know, if you're at film school, I was fucking every single weekend I would be hiring. So I had like a prelude, like a 2-door prelude. I would fucking chucking like lights in the back, just me like running in and out, just hiring gear, taking it out, shooting stuff. Yeah, it was fun. It was good times, man.
What did you like to make then? What were you shooting? So car stuff, I'm assuming.
Anything that I could. Yeah, car stuff, car meets. I filmed Honda Nationals back in the day. Fucking real estate, short films, skits.
Yeah.
I did an ad for Trampoline as a part of an internship where I knew nothing about anything, but I just kind of I would just be okay with putting my hand up and just trying stuff. Yeah. And that's like the best film school you can get is going out there, seeing what it actually looks like when you hit record, when you set up a light, when you have an actor in front of you who's trying to, you know, say some dialogue. Like all those little nuances help define you as a filmmaker.
And how did you turn this passion, this craft, into a business then, and having it run sustainably for 9 years? That's the main
It's
feat.
fucked. Man, any business owner, you know, will get this. When I say that you're like constantly putting out fires like every day. It's a struggle, but you know what? I think I learned a lot from the people that I work with. A lot of my clients, because I'm making videos for a lot of brands, a lot of companies, a lot of artists even. I spend a lot of time like talking to them and asking them, and also just observing, just seeing the way that they work. You know what I mean? And that, I guess, was my business school. Going into the field and just, well, all right, how do I actually make money from this at the end of the day? Because we got a studio in 2017. That's when I quit my job and I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go all in on this. Whatever happens, happens.
Send it.
I'm going to send it. I can always go back to working in retail, you know. It's not going to be that hard to find that job again. But I was 23 at the time. I was like, if I start my business now, by the time I'm my age now.
By the time I'm 30.
Yeah, by the time I'm 30 and I look back on it, I'll be glad that I started earlier.
Wow.
So I don't know how. Maybe I was a little bit delusional as well, but you know what? I was like, I think I'll thank myself in the future if I just start now. And while I'm still, you know, young, I can make mistakes. I can just try stuff out because, you know, I have less responsibilities essentially. And so, yeah, I just sent it, and then every single day I just show up. I was like, look, if I spend 40 hours a week at a job like a 9 to 5, um, I'll be making the same amount of money regardless, right? But if I spend that same 40 hours on myself and I push it and I know that I just back myself, I could probably make a lot more than that in the long run. Maybe not
Yeah.
right now, but
Yeah.
maybe in the future. I believe in myself. So, yeah, man, I just fucking sent it. I was definitely working more than 40 hours in the
Oh,
first
yeah.
couple years. It was very hard. We were just eating like meagering. But it took a bit of time, but slowly but surely we started to gain more clients, building more relationships. The brand started to grow. Worked with bigger clients, learned a lot more from those clients, asked questions. Hey, what do you think of this? Or like, do you have any feedback for me? Or, I've been running my business for like, 3 years now. Like, what do you think? What would you do if you were running my business? Like questions like that, I would just start to ask different business owners, because they almost became like friends. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
were more than happy to give me advice at the end of the day because I was making films for them anyway.
Yeah.
So that would help me out. I would just constantly ask questions. I would just see what they were doing too, the kind of marketing they were doing for themselves, the way that they negotiated, the way that they paid their invoices, like everything. I would just like keep a tab on, and then yeah, man, just being patient over time. I knew that this is going to be a long game, but I'm in it for the long game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And flying art is definitely something that I've always seen as like bigger than me. So the goal is to, establish something that can continuously inspire other creatives. And when you have like a vision or a mission that's like that big and crazy, you're just like, oh, you know what? Everything feels so small. It's like, I'll figure this out. This is how, this has happened. Fuck, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Legal stuff. Let me go talk to my lawyer friends, or let me just learn, and then slowly I started developing other skills around the business, rather than just filmmaking. And just like filmmaking has its parts, cinematography, editing, color grade, business has its parts, right? Like the finance, the operations, the sales, the marketing, the HR. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've learned a lot over the last couple of years, but because I've put in the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've just been there. So what else are you gonna do?
Have you wanted to give up? Have you wanted to say,
Oh
look,
yeah.
nah, this is not for me anymore? Or how close were you to giving up the dream?
Oh man, there's been times, I would say like two very definite times, where I felt like, fuck, how am I going to keep doing this? Like, is this even sustainable? Is it even worth it? Would it be easier if I just went and got a 9 to 5 job and worked for someone? It probably maybe would be easier for the short term, but I don't know. Yeah, COVID was one of those times. I was like, oh my God, the world is ending.
Yeah.
Is this even possible? We can't even go out and film. Like, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? And then just coming out of COVID too, like that was super rough. And I had times where I really doubted myself, man. Like, and yeah, I'd be lying if I said it was like just easy, or it's just like I've just been hustling the whole time. There's definitely moments where I've had to just question myself, and just look inward, or just take some time out even. But I think there's this sense that I have of like, no, it's not the right time yet. I think I'm the type of person, and maybe it's from like my like sports background. I used to love just playing sport, and it's like the game is not done till it's done. Or you like boxing, for example, and you have to give it everything you've got. There's this sense in me of like, I'm not going to stop this thing until I feel like I'm done. And right now, I feel like there's still so many things to do. Do you know what I'm saying? So it might be a rough time, it might be a rough day, but it's only so small in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah, 100%. There's been times where I feel like, oh man, it'd be easier just to quit right now. But yeah, it's not the right time, you know?
So the mindset of a fighter, of a boxer, of a martial artist
Yeah,
informs you and your mindset.
100%. I feel like the philosophy of martial arts is definitely the way that I kind of go about a lot of things.
Tell me more.
Yeah, the way that I go about just life and dance. I think the fundamentals of, you know, just learning a skill like martial arts has really helped me in the way that I go about everything. And I was thinking about this as I was driving here.
Yeah.
I was like, what is it that kind of helps me do what I do? You know what I mean? And I think at the end of the day, like, respect is like something that has helped me do everything. Yeah, having respect for myself, having respect for like other people, and also having respect for like the cultures that I participate in. Do you know what I mean? All these things, like, it wouldn't be possible if I didn't have that respect and that sense of like just like understanding for whether it be me or the person across the table or the cultures, whatever the craft is, like trying to bring more understanding to those things and just having some respect for it, I think goes a very long way.
So you participate in so many different cultures, right? There's one that you're born with that you've inherited, but there's also cultures where you choose to participate in.
100%.
So with dance, there's an element of there's hip hop.
Yep.
Right. Tell me about your participation in hip hop culture. Then.
Oh man, I've always loved hip hop.
Yeah.
Since I was young, from as early as I can remember, in terms of listening to music, I've always gravitated towards it. And it's funny because I was just listening to Michael's podcast where he started speaking about like Outkast coming together and how he related to that. I was like, 100%, man. Like hip hop, you know, hearing the African American story. And how they were treated, but also how they fought back against societal structures. Man. And guys like Eminem, you know what I mean? A fucking white rapper from Detroit making it in hip hop. And doing what he did, you know, with Dr. Dre and 50 Cent, like seeing his story, 8 Mile, you know. When I was growing up, I was like, damn, like I really appreciate how it wasn't about what he looked like, but it was about his skill. It was about rap. And it didn't matter that he was like a white kid from Detroit. Like they gave him respect because he could fucking rap and he could battle, you know? And so I've always been drawn to that when it comes to like hip hop culture. And now that, it's been years and I got into hip hop dance. But I have a massive respect for, you know, the other elements, like from rap to DJing to, you know, MCing and graffiti, like everything about hip hop culture has kind of shaped the way that I go about life as well. I start to realize that hip hop is not just like something that I'm doing now. It's like something that it's just the way that I live. Do you know what I'm saying? The way that I socialize, the way that I listen to music, the way that I play music and connect with other dancers. It definitely is just a lifestyle. And just like the way that you grow up as a Vietnamese Australian, it's not something that you do, right? It's just how you are. It's just a part of who you are as a person. And so I feel like hip hop has become that for me. It's like, it's just a way of living and, like a culture that I've connected to, and you know, I'm very much a part of it as like just being within the culture. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just doing it, it's like a different kind of thing. So
for me, you're right. The element of the Black American struggle, it was a form of poetry, of rebellion, right?
Expression. And just expressing yourself. Being able to say something, you know.
But doing it in a lyrical, in a matter where I'm a better MC than you are.
Yeah.
And then there's this ego and arrogance
Yes.
and the craft and mastery to it all as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
So you take that into your life, and I'm curious because I've never explored hip hop culture. Like I listen to it a lot,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
not so much these days. Like when you talk about hip hop as a way of life, for me, it's yoga,
Yes.
right? It's the introspection and introspection and the mindfulness and the harmony that I can find in yoga and
Yep.
in life. That's how I relate. But I'm curious in why you say that. Why is hip hop a way of life? How does it show up in your day to day?
Oh man, that's a big question. I feel like it starts from the moment that I wake up. You know, it's the music, what I play, just like bouncing my head,
Yeah.
feeling good. The party. I think the connection between, hip hop started as just like a party in the South Bronx. You know, in 1973, it was a birthday party. The DJ just started playing music, and people started like hanging out. And I think, as a Vietnamese person, you have a lot of family parties growing up, right? And I grew up with my mom had like 14, 15 siblings.
Yeah, right.
So I have a lot of cousins. And I'm sure a lot of Viets out there have a lot of cousins as well. And so when we get together, it's a party. It's like
It's lit.
Yeah, we get lit. We drink a lot, a lot of Hennessy, a lot of beer, and I think, that is just it's always been a part of growing up for me, socializing, and I think hip hop is very much a social culture. Clubs, hip hop clubs, bars, even like battling, like the way that they exchange with each other. It's like it's a connection thing. So for me, I just found that I just really resonated with it. I feel like I love this, I love everything about this. And so I just dedicated myself to learning more about it and understanding the history of it, and, how, someone like me from Melbourne, Australia, can connect with this African American culture in New York. And I don't know, man. And I get you when it comes to like yoga, because I feel like yoga, I've been practicing here and there, like more as of late over the last couple months. But I think it's like the philosophies and the teachings that they provide for you. It goes further than just the craft itself. You can integrate that kind of wisdom into the way that you go about anything. Yeah, so I feel like hip hop has helped me, in the films that I create, the way that I talk to people. Just the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm saying.
And when you talk, yeah, exactly, like things like that. This is slang. And I'm sure if you start talking to yogis, they have their own kind of this way of living as well, and the spiritual side of it, and the way that they meditate, the way that they even just like just breathe. I feel like it's crazy how something that can be so surface level. You can just go out and just do yoga, right? You can just go out and just do like a hip hop class, but if you really participate in the culture, it can change your life. And I feel like, it's honestly, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for like hip hop and expression and art. I think there's definitely a lot of other ways that people express themselves, especially as guys. I feel like sometimes it's not every guy can go out there and say, hey, like I love dancing or I love yoga. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of connotations, especially back in the day. You might get bashed for that. Growing up in Springvale, like it was not a common thing. But I feel like being able to release these emotions that I have through art, even through martial arts, it gave me a more like positive outlet for my feelings. And not everyone has that, you know what I mean? Like I grew up around a lot a lot of guys, as you will know, Springvale Sunshine. We kind of briefly spoke about this, but there was a lot of gangs back then, especially in the early 2000s. A lot of fights and people just wanting to prove themselves, I guess, or let out this energy in a different way. And yeah, I saw a lot of that, and I feel like that kind of deterred me from going down that route, going down, that whole realm, and pushed me towards something, more positive for me. And I think you can see it in the hip hop culture too, and the gang culture, in the States, and the violence that comes with it. Like hip hop was a way to, stop the guns, stop the knives, and actually just battle with your lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Or battle with your music or whatever it is. So, yeah, man, it's life-changing.
Wow. Yeah. Hip-hop for me has been a way to, express my emotions in a part as well.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah, growing up in the western suburbs here and going to a boys' school and... I wasn't involved in any gangs myself, but it was all around me.
Yes.
These postcode wars,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. You represent your postcode and you go fight others in another postcode, really. And it's led to death in young men.
Yes.
Right? And
unfortunately.
And silly death.
Yeah.
And why I've started volunteering... I used to volunteer for the Western Bulldogs Community Foundation, supporting young African Australian people, 13 to 15 years old in school holiday programs, right?
Nice.
It was a way for me to get closer to the club that I love. I love my footy.
Yay, let's go. Western Bulldogs. We up.
Are you a Doggies man?
Nah. Honestly, I've never been to an AFL game in my life, but I want to. Yeah, never. Yeah. I've always wanted to. That's like on my bucket list. Like I live in Australia. Like fuck, why haven't I?
Let's go. Yeah,
let's go.
I'll sort it out.
Please.
But it's interesting, right? So there, I met a group, the African Youth Initiative, who do straight up incredible work over in Melton. They have a big warehouse, probably the size of this space here, and they run after school programs. Nice. They run employment programs, and they just have a positive place for young African Australians to come. Yeah. Right?
Dope.
But even then, there's that gang element.
Yes.
It's been informed by hip hop. They listen to you can listen to anyone, right? But there's so many subsections of hip hop and rap artists out there, right? I identify more with like conscious rappers.
Yep.
Who more cerebral, but also lyrically masterful. Yes. Right? But there's guys out there who just talk about gang banging and slinging and it informs culture here because kids here also identify with black culture.
Yes.
Right? They share the skin tones. And then they start going into that gang banging side and then the revenge and the retribution. Knife crime is still a big problem here.
Yes.
Right? You turn on the news and there's still machete crime, machete violence.
In shopping centers is wild. Yeah, it's wild. It's a problem for sure.
Were you around that as a kid? I know we're rewinding like 10, 15 years back, but was that a part of your reality?
100%. Yeah. All the Lunar New Year festivals, that's where it went down. And I feel like I see a lot of resemblance between that and like what's happening today, in the shopping centers and whatnot. And, there's a lot of ego there. I can feel it, and I've been around it, and I understand. People want to be validated, or they want to make a name for themselves, so they do this shit in public, and it sucks because people get hurt, and I think I've always grown up around it, but I've always been the type of person to think about the repercussions of my actions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, something might be happening now, but like where is this going to lead us at the end of the day? Like what kind of impact does this actually have on the person in front of me or the people around me? And so I think there's always been, maybe it is still the martial arts upbringing at the end of the day. Like when you know how to fight, it's like different. Like you know what you can do, and you know the kind of damage that you can inflict on someone. So you kind of like don't feel the need to, in a way. And I think a lot of fighters that you talk to, you'll see that they're just like the nicest people, because they don't have anything to prove. They don't have like, you know. So yeah, it's unfortunate that it's still happening today, but yeah, I feel like there needs to be more, you know, places where, you know, kids can use this energy and point it in a different direction. Like, what would happen if you know, had the same amount of focus that you're focusing on going out and fighting, you know, and fucking trying to chop people into your own business, you know? Like, how different could that make your life, not just your life, but your family's life, like everyone around you? Like, if the same energy was pointing towards something more positive, do you know what I'm saying? And if that rippled over time, because yeah, people get influenced easily, and you know, there's one kid who's, you know, trying to be hard, you know, or trying to prove himself, and then that domino effect, and then you have a gang, and then everyone just, that peer pressure. Yeah, I've seen it go bad, and I've seen people unfortunately like not get out of it, and I have some friends that have actually like taken their own life, that I grew up around, and you know, rest in peace. I feel like, yeah, it's a dark hole to go down, you know what I mean? So yeah, being around it and seeing that kind of shit, seeing the way that it plays out, like I know, like you don't want to go down that route, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I feel like it's gotten better, especially for Vietnamese Australians. Yeah, I was talking to Kit the other day, after he did his Danny Rants podcast. You know, shout outs to Scarlett and Yum Sing. But yeah, we were talking about how things have changed a lot since then. You know, you don't see that the clubs have been great. Like, you know, everyone is very respectful, and you know, you bump shoulders with someone.
Sorry, bro.
Like, yeah, sorry, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Let's go get a drink. You know, the ego is not there like it used to be. Yeah. So yeah, at least it's changing and it's getting better.
It just takes time.
Yes.
Right. It takes time to integrate.
100%.
It takes time to feel more assured of yourself and your position in life and in society as well. And you're right. It's a bloody great time to be Vietnamese.
Yes.
And then also a great time to be Vietnamese Australian at the same time, right? You look at the motherland, the fatherland, whatever you wanted to refer it as, it's thriving.
Yes.
Right? They're pulling themselves out of poverty and into a super economy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, man.
I think Vietnam's going to overtake Australia at some point.
There's like the level of production and the level of creativity over there is insane. And the way that they're developing and the speed that they're developing, they have so many people as well.
100 bloody million.
Yeah, 100 million compared to what's here, like what, 30?
Yeah, 27.
Yeah, 27.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, strength in numbers. They're going crazy over there, especially like the film industry as well, and V-pop scene. Yeah, it's beautiful to see. I feel like we're kind of like here, we're kind of like in our own realm. It's an interesting one to be kind of in between Australia and Vietnam like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They're working with less constraints at the same time.
Yeah.
Because here, everyone talks about cost of living now, and that's true, right? It's bloody expensive to bloody live.
Yeah, just to live.
Yeah.
The cost of living. Crazy.
So we talk about our Vietnamese side. We talk about the combination of growing up from refugee parents, right?
Yeah.
But what does it mean to be Australian for you?
Oh, I think about this a lot, and I think this kind of reminds me of like your conversation with Nam, you know, and how he was saying you're always going to get othered. Like when he went to Vietnam, he felt like, oh, I'm too Australian for the Vietnamese. I'm too Vietnamese for the
Yeah.
Australians. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I've definitely always felt like that. But lately, I've been trying to just embrace both and start to just see myself and understand myself as this mix of being super Vietnamese, but being hella Aussie as well. Like I was born here, and whenever someone asks me like where you come from, I say Australia because I was born here, and my parents are Vietnamese, but I'm very much Australian, and I may not look like Australian. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I am, and I have a Vietnamese background, obviously. But I think for me, like the way that I've grown up, you know, my values, the people that I've interacted with, like the multiculturalism, the diversity that I've been around, it's a unique experience. But if I'm in America or if I'm in Europe, like I'm from Australia, they're gonna look at me like you're Australian. So I'm proud of that, and I feel like I wanna represent that, and especially for the Vietnamese Australians, because I didn't see many growing up. Well, there wasn't many. You know what I mean? There's not many like us, and so hopefully in the future, as the next generations come through, we're going to be more and more integrated into Australian culture, and people are going to be a little bit more like, oh, okay, you are Australian, just like how the Europeans came over here, and all the Greeks and Italians in the third or fourth generations now. I feel like we're kind of on a similar path in a way where people, everyday Australians are becoming more integrated with Vietnamese culture.
Absolutely.
Like banh mi's, for example, and iced coffees. Like everyone knows what a banh mi is nowadays,
yeah,
right?
Dude.
So it's a good time. But also, I feel like we're paving the way as well. We're kind of setting the foundation for the future Vietnamese Australians. So that's why I was so keen to be here, you know what I mean? And to talk to you and to connect with more Vietnamese Australians, because I feel like, if we don't do it, like who else is going to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Like, I love that. I love that sentiment. And the community starts with us.
Yes.
Right? But when you do say, hey, you're overseas, I am Australian, what does that mean to you? What does representing Australia mean to you? Because your
Ray gun.
No.
Fuck.
No.
Fuck. No. Nah.
That's like hip hop blasphemy.
No.
Right there.
I mean, I feel like being Australian overseas, I think it's like, I ride a kangaroo to school. There's spiders and crocodiles in my backyard. But fuck, it's a beautiful place. There's fucking the best coffee in the world in Melbourne. The food is like, you get everything, right?
What you want.
You get what you want. It's just a melting pot of different cultures. So I think we bring such a unique perspective to everything that the world is not used to, and most people aren't used to, especially in Europe or the States. And I think I feel like it's cool. I feel like I love being Australian, and I love like how I've grown up and the way of life here. I think it's a beautiful balance of like work, but also just enjoying life, which is very different to like that hustle culture in America sometimes, which I definitely like can connect with, but also I really appreciate the way that people just value living here as well, and not just working, but the family life. And I guess they call it the lucky country for a reason, right? And I feel like we are super lucky to be here, especially when you look at the rest of the world and what's happening. We're so far away. We're
shielded.
We're shielded. We're on this random island,
a random big island,
random big ass island,
continental.
Yeah, like what are the odds of us being here, but we're very lucky, and we have a lot of opportunities here, and the cost of living is tough, but it's a lot tougher in third world countries, you know what I'm saying, to make a living. So
That's true.
yeah, man, I'm
Yeah.
blessed to be Australian and to be Vietnamese Australian as well.
So what I'm hearing is like our laid back culture of
Mm.
sorts, right? Like
Yes.
also taking the piss. What does it
Yeah.
mean to be Australian for you? Ray gun.
I love being able to just talk shit with people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in a dance crew as well called Bass,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
a group of guys, and you know, we've all been dancing for 10 plus years, and everyone is fucking amazing at what they do, and so talented. But when we come together, it's like we're just fucking around for like a good 90% of the time, just fucking roasting each other, just like kicking back. Oh, I'm gonna go punch a dart outside. Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, we're gonna go have a drink.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're like, all right, we should probably get started now. Yeah. All right, let's do something. But it's the experience. It's like, you know, what fun would it be if you just went there, you got the job done, and then you just dipped? Like, I feel like I love the fact that we can, yeah, be working, but have a laugh, you know, and enjoy ourselves and not take it too seriously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
That's what I love about Aussie culture as well. But one thing that keeps getting mentioned when you talk about Aussie culture and the insidious nature of some elements is tall poppy syndrome.
Yes.
Have you had much experience with that? Have people trying to cut you down, or you've just been in respectful environments?
I feel like when it comes to tall poppy syndrome, and like crab mentality.
Your crab bucket mentality.
Yes. Everyone talks about Australia as having that, and it's definitely ingrained, I feel like, in the culture a bit as well. But I feel like personally, I don't know if many people hear it a lot, like, or no one's going to come to your face and be like, hey, what do you think you're doing? Like, who do you think you are? To your face, anyway. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like there is this sense of like, when I put myself out there, and even when like my own thought process of me like judging myself, like, who do you think you are, like, to be creating content and to sharing your story, like, do you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes I do it to myself, but at the end of the day, it's bigger than that, and I feel like when you actually create something, you never know who you're gonna inspire. And actually, one of my friends said that to me, because I do think about a lot, tall poppy syndrome, like fuck, like like people feel that feeling of like people not wanting you to succeed. Do you know what I'm saying? Or people feeling like, or just having this sense that, oh, maybe is it possible that I'm kind of, people don't like me shining, or I feel like I'm showing off. Do you know what I mean? That kind of mentality. But then I just scrap it, and I'm like, you know what? I remember one of my friends came up to me, and this is actually one of the guys that unfortunately took his life. And so he came to one of our events, you know, and we had like a party, and he was like, hey man, like, I love what you guys are doing. I love what you guys are, I love that you guys are sharing stuff. Keep doing it. And it was so small, and it was just a little compliment. But that always like stuck with me, that you never know who's watching. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Absolutely.
And I'm usually that person too. Like I'm watching, and I'm like, I get inspired by just small things. Somebody just making a video like, hey, I'm such and such, and this is day one of me doing da da da. And it can feel cringe, and it can feel lame when you just start out. And I've been there before. And when I watch back like old videos of myself, I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? But those small, like those small little showcases of yourself go a very long way sometimes. You never know who you might inspire, or whose life you might change by simply putting it out there. Yeah. So now I get it, but I'm just the type of person to not let other people's like thoughts dictate the way that I live. You know what I'm saying? And I always want to be the guy to support the next person and see everyone succeed. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like the world is a fucking big place. You know what I mean?
It's
And
massive.
somebody's
There's 8
success.
billion bloody people in
Yeah.
the world, right?
Yeah, like you don't lose anything from seeing someone else win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why not support each other? Why not help each other grow? Because at the end of the day, like we all grow from that. Like you don't get anything from just like shitting on somebody trying to do something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you get out of that? Does that actually make you feel good to just be like, oh, like who do they think they are? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never understood that mentality. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't really serve anyone.
But it's out there.
Yes.
It's invisible, but we all know it's out there.
Yeah.
Right. And like yourself, I also self-augment my actions in anticipation of who do you think you are, or you hold back a little, right? And it's doing us a disservice because yes, when you put art out there, you put your content out there, you put something out there, your writing, your poetry, whatever it is, you're subject to judgment.
Yep.
And it's just the nature of the beast.
Yes.
But at the same time, you're right. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who you're inspiring as well. And yeah, this journey or this podcast, that's why, yeah, there's times where I'm like, oh, is this the right thing? Right. And it's good to have accountability as well and work with someone. And yeah, it's nice to know that there are people listening, there are people watching, and we're creating positive impact.
Bro, 100%. I was actually thinking that as well. Like before I came here, I was like, man, I gotta give you guys your flowers for running this thing and actually, creating a platform where artists like myself can come on and share our stories. Because it takes a lot of effort to actually, get these mics here, get like this camera and this light. Like it takes time and energy, and not everyone has the patience or grit to do something like that. And yeah, man, I want to say like thank you for doing this. It's a super dope thing, and yeah, seeing the long lists of podcasts that you guys have done, the work speaks for itself. So yeah, man, you guys are doing a super dope thing. It's cool. It's very cool.
Yeah. And it's like when you put content out there, a lot of people are metrics driven.
Yes.
I've stopped looking at the analytics, to be honest. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm just like, likes are not. It's not what you want to get paid in.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah. How do you deal with that? Likes ain't cash. That's what people say. Likes is not love, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's like two ways of looking at it. I think one is like from the business approach. And if you're starting like a business, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how many likes or views you get, as long as you're connecting with the right person. So one of my clients actually told me like, bro, it doesn't matter if you have 1 million followers or not. Like you only need one person to hit you up, and that could be your client for the rest of your life. Do you know what I mean?
True.
It's just one view. So that always stuck with me from a business perspective where, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to keep posting stuff and sharing what I do.
Yeah.
Because, you never know. You only need one. It doesn't matter. The flip side is, I guess, how much people enjoy what you're putting out as well. And being like, not just being aware of like, how people actually are engaging with your content.
True.
And are people actually connecting with it, or are they enjoying it? Like why is this post actually connecting with more people? Is it because it's more real, you know what I mean? Or is it the way that the lighting is in this video, or is it a reel, or is it wide? There's so many aspects to it in terms of like social media nowadays. True. And I just look at it as like feedback as well. It's data, it's like analytics. And so you're definitely going to be playing to an algorithm as well. So I don't get too tied up into views and metrics, but it does matter at the end of the day. So yeah, because I am an artist as well, there's always this part of me where I can let go and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, this is just how I feel. Do you know what I mean? I'm just putting it out there because this is how I feel. But then, there's the flip side of that as well, where I can look at it and be like, all right, why did this do well? And why did this not do well? And just look at it objectively. True. You know what I mean? There's nothing, I still love the work in itself. And I make sure that that's always number one for me. I'm proud of what I created. But why are people viewing this more? Why are people sharing this more? Is it because, because of X? Maybe I should do more of that. Just feedback.
A tool for feedback.
Yes. Just numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? The numbers don't lie.
That's true.
Yeah. So you look at it and you're like, all right. True. Yeah. It's like, all right, what's working? What's not? Cool. And then doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It's just, it's interesting to see it. I find it interesting anyway, to see what's working, what's not. But I don't let it dictate the way that I live. I'm not going to lose sleep over views or likes, or, you know what I mean? Like, it matters, but fuck, man, to me, it doesn't matter that much. Like, it's like, who are you as a person? Do you know what I'm saying? And I think, nowadays, a lot of people are so tied up in followers and, just social currency, I guess. But I find that
it's performative as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Just because you have 1 million followers doesn't make you a dope person. You know what I mean?
But sometimes you rock up and like, oh, this guy's got 1 million followers, right? People add prestige and respect to it, right? This artificial number. That's all it is. It's a number on a screen. Yeah.
For me, it's like, why does he have 1 million followers? Is he an incredible actor, or he's an incredible painter, and how has he built that following? Is it organic? Is it real? Even nowadays, you never know, right? So
Cristiano Ronaldo got like immediately 5 million followers on YouTube.
I mean, it's fucking Cristiano Ronaldo. That guy's pretty good at what he does. He's excellent. You gotta respect that. He's alright. He's pretty good.
So we're cooking up something as well, right? Vietnamese Australian Professional Network, and taking over with creatives, right? I think when this episode airs, the event will run.
Yes. Do you reckon will it be before or after the event, you reckon?
I think this will get released in like September, right? Okay, so why have you wanted to be involved, and why do you want to create a space for Vietnamese Australian creatives to get together?
Yo, shout outs to Vapin. And the community of Vietnamese Australians, connecting other professionals. Celia hit me up because I hadn't heard of it until she sent me an email. And we did the first event, was it last month or 2 months ago maybe? That's where I met yourself. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. And I saw your podcast with Nam, and I'd been just hanging out with Nam or connecting with him since last year. And I just felt like I hadn't really connected with many other Vietnamese Australians that were in the creative scene, or even just other like professionals in general. Like, the only other Vietnamese Australians I'd hang out with are like my mates from like high school, or guys that I grew up with, guys or girls that I grew up with. I think that event was eye-opening for me to see like professionals and what they were trying to do for the community. And I've always been drawn to that and this aspect of, growing the Vietnamese Australian community. So I was super aligned already. And to see what it actually was, to experience it, to sponsor it, to capture it as well. I think after that night, we went to Section 8. And Nam had his Nam Jams thing there. That was like Vietnamese inspired as well. And then I don't know how the idea came about, but we're like, let's do a creative takeover. And I'd always like been looking for a place where I could connect with other, Vietnamese Australian creatives. And I think at Section 8 was like the first time I had been out and like met other creatives in the space. But with the same background, with that same Vietnamese fucking vibe, And it felt like a family party. It felt like I was just hanging out with my cousins again. So for us to come together, with our different backgrounds, different upbringings, but same culture, to put our heads together and to collaborate and, you know, to create something. You know, August 30th, we're looking at doing it. Can I? I'm just going to share. We're looking at doing it at fucking Yum Sing, you know, and to have Kit, one of the OGs who, you know, grew up in the Southeast as well, around Keysborough, like myself. And, you know, to be running Scarlet for 11 years and to run Yum Sing and to have him share his business advice with other Vietnamese Australians and kind of like pay it forward, and to be able to help curate that is something that is like very special to me. You know what I mean? That's something that I feel like I would look back on, you know, in years' time and be like, fuck, like I was really proud to be a part of that and to help instigate that and to help bring people together, you know? So it's pretty cool, man.
But it's hard yakka at the same time.
Bro, it's fucked. Running an event is fucked. If you like want to run events and you think it's going to be fun, bro, it's so hard.
Sometimes you don't know what you're signing up for, right? We had
so many things to think
about. It was here. Like, I planted the seed in Nam's head. I'm like, hey, yo, I've been involved with Vapin and I've attended the first event, right? And to me, it was really special. And just before we started recording, we're talking about names, right? I go by Liam in life.
Liam?
Yeah, but like my parents named me Lim.
Yeah.
So I've anglicized my name, so it's easier to pronounce.
Right.
Right. So people think Lim, or they go Lim. I'm like, don't give me questions. I just want to give you one name, and I want you to know what it is. Liam. Yeah. And it sounds strong too, because you end on a lower tone, right? So I've absorbed Liam. And then I met a young friend there at Vapin the first time. He's like, his name is Elvis. All right, he's an actor as well.
His real name is Elvis?
He got named Elvis, right?
Cool.
He's a gangster.
Yeah. Damn.
But his Vietnamese name is Mao Lao.
Oh.
Which is some sort of dragon. Long is dragon.
Yep.
Right? And he told me, and we're talking about like why this existed and why people put the Vietnamese people together. And there was like a watershed moment where, I'm not sure if you follow politics up in Sydney, but there was a young politician, aspiring politician, who got, I think, pre-selected. They're like, hey, yo, she's going to run. It's Cabramatta. We're going to bring you up. And then the federal government parachuted a white lady who lived in the eastern suburbs. It's like, all right, you're going to be here now. You're going to run this seat. Right. And it was just like, it's called parachuting because...
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it was messed up, right? So that's why the Vietnamese community in Cabramatta was like, hey, screw this. I'm not going to let this white woman come in and then lead our electorate and be our representative. Yeah. And so that's why Dai Lee, who's our Vietnamese Australian federal member for parliament, or Fowler, she's up and running and she's won 2 terms in a row. Dope. Right? Heck so we started talking about that. And then I'm like, yo, yeah, I've been watching, I've been listening, and I thought it was special. But Elvis told me to reclaim my name. Whoa. Right? And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I still haven't done it, but no, actually.
How do you reclaim your name?
You just go by Lim. Right. Or Yeah Lim, right? That's what my old man named me, Yeah Lim. Right. Yeah is my middle name, but it's Nguyen, Yeah Lim. And you go by like your middle and your first name, right? Yep. So Yeah Lim would be my name then, I guess. Right. Yeah. But it's like you. Yeah. Because you use G. Yes. But I see it on LinkedIn, you use the accent. The one with the diacritics as well in there. Yeah. Yeah. I think I hadn't done it maybe a couple of years ago. I would just always go by David Nguyen, David Nguyen, David Nguyen. There's so many David Nguyen's out there as well, you know what I'm saying? You're a dime a dozen.
Yeah, bro. But I was always like, and we're talking about this off camera, I was almost like ashamed to tell people my Vietnamese name. I'd always get teased in high school, and I think that just comes along with like a whole fucking there's a lot of unpacking to do with like the racism that you experience growing up here. But yeah, my Vietnamese name is Minh Trí. But my parents and my family would just call me Trí. My mom would just call me Trí. So that was always like my Vietnamese name. And yeah, I don't know what hit me. Just one day I was like, you know what? I want to, one, like differentiate myself a little bit from all these David Nguyen. It's kind of hard to find me on LinkedIn, actually. You know, if you type in David Nguyen, fucking, yeah, it's kind of hard to find me. So from a business perspective, it's not great.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I want to reclaim my Vietnamese heritage and be proud of like who I am
Yep.
as a Vietnamese person in Australia. I don't want to have to hide this or feel like I'm going to get bullied because of my name. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I actually did a bit more research into what Trí actually means. And I realized that it actually means like the direct translation is like intellect or like having a vision or just being smart. And I was like, oh, fuck, like I'd love to be smart. maybe I should use my Vietnamese name. So yeah, I was like, yeah, from that day on, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to bring in my Vietnamese name into my name and just change my profiles, update everything to be David Trí Nguyen. And yeah, I haven't looked back. Like every time I see it now, I'm like, it's like a little nod to myself and to the Vietnamese community, and this blend of like, you know, East and West for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nod to our shared ancestry,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And culture, but also a nod to your parents because that's
100%.
the name that they bestowed on you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I owe a lot to my parents, man. I know a lot of Vietnamese parents are very strict, and you know, and not to say that mine weren't. I definitely got fucking smacked when I was a kid, but they have a lot of trust in me. They have always believed in me. They've always supported me whenever I wanted to do something. Like this is random, but I used to play volleyball in high school.
Yeah.
And I actually played for Australia. Like I took it serious. Yeah.
Yo,
I was
whoa.
gonna go pro. That's
Holy
what
shit.
yeah, I haven't told many people this, but I actually thought that I was gonna like finish high school and just go play volleyball in Europe or something. Yeah. I was like that dedicated, and man, my parents would drive me to trainings,
Yeah.
pick me up, drop me off, and I was training in the city. I'll do like Australian youth camps in like Bendigo and stuff.
Damn,
like,
dude.
yeah, and so they've always like helped me achieve whatever I want. And so yeah, I'm super grateful to still have both of them and still have like a great relationship with them. You know, it is very, you know, a Vietnamese parent relationship where we talk, but we don't talk that much, you know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact through their actions that,
Always, yeah.
you know, yeah, they're always supporting me and they're always in my corner no matter what I do, whether I'm starting a business or I'm dancing. Even if maybe it's not what they want me to do, you know what I'm saying? They're still open-minded enough to be able to still just like be proud of me, you know, even though I'm not a doctor or a lawyer. I'm sorry. I'll be a terrible doctor.
Even when you're thanking them, you're apologizing to them.
Like, sorry.
I'm sorry it did you wrong. I'm not a
did
doctor.
you wrong, but I know you're proud of me. But I think for them it's always been like just be a good person, you know. And that's something that I try and, you know, as simple as it gets, just be nice to people.
Here's
you
an
know?
Aussie one for you. Don't be a dickhead.
Just don't be a dickhead. Rule of thumb, just don't be a dickhead.
No dickheads.
No dickheads allowed.
Yeah.
100%, bro. I hate dickheads.
That's a good place to leave it, right? Dickheads.
Yes, just don't be a dickhead, honestly.
yeah.
You'll go a long way. Yeah.
So when we wrap up our podcast, we like to end with our 3 questions.
Oh, okay.
So our first one is, what are you grateful for, David Trí?
What am I grateful for? this is something I've been thinking about a lot. And I'm always like practicing gratitude, and I try and do it on a daily, and just appreciate the little things. But I wanna give a shout out to someone named Fiona Tran, who passed away due to cancer not too long ago. And she grew up in the same like year level as me, around like that Springy area. And a lot of people from the area will know. You know when you just know people when you're coming up in high school?
She's friends of friends.
Oh, right.
Of mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen tributes to her
100%.
and her Gao Fo, which is the notice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I grew up with her in the area. And it's crazy whenever you see something like that pop up on your feed, right? Like someone that has actually passed away and actually gone now. And so that always like hits me like a ton of bricks. And unfortunately, it's happened one too many times for me, but whenever that happens, it kind of just snaps me back into reality. Like, fuck, like I'm just grateful to be alive, and to be here, and to be still doing this thing, just fucking breathing. You know what I mean? Just to see another day, because you never know. So yeah, right now, man, I'm just grateful to be here, and just to be able to be here today, just be present. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, and shout out to Fiona.
Yes, and her family. All her friends as well, everyone.
Rest in peace, rest in love, and thank you for gracing your presence on this earth.
100%.
Right.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Our next question is, what have you realized?
What have I realized? I've realized that after searching and studying and like, looking for answers, as cliche as it sounds, like I will always have the answers to what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like I could be asking somebody questions about what I should do or where I should go, but deep down, those questions, I can already answer them. I know what answers I'm looking for, but sometimes it's hard to just stop and listen to yourself. Yeah, so I've realized that I need to just listen to myself a little bit more. And sometimes you don't need to search externally. You gotta look internal to find whatever it is. Yeah.
So deep down, we know all along. Right.
You'll be surprised. Sometimes it's a bit of a journey to get there, but it's there if you keep looking. That's what I found anyway, for me. No matter how awesome like some people look, like not everyone has the answers that you're looking for. Everyone has a different life. Everyone's different, man. Everyone has a different experience, and only you have been through what you've been through. So if you take the time to actually like question yourself or reflect, you'll find that for the most part, like you can help yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And so our final question, and you touched upon it just then, is what is a question that you ask yourself?
Oh, what is a question that I ask myself? I think I'm always constantly asking myself, like, is this what I want to do? Is this what I want to be doing today? I wake up like, is this actually what I want to do, and what do I want to do today? Maybe like two questions, I guess, that I'm always at the back of my mind, because if I'm not in alignment with what I actually want to do, I can feel it, and I feel like that is not a place that I want to be. And it's not like I'm always in alignment with everything that I want to do, you know what I'm saying? But there's times when I catch myself and I'm like, oh shit, like, is this actually what I want to be doing right now? Am I actually like making the most of like my time? You know what I'm saying? And which goes back to like the first question is like, I'm just grateful to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing what I want to do now that I'm here? Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's something that I'm constantly asking myself, and it's not always yes, it's not always no, but it's just something that keeps me on track.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how do people find you, and how do they find your work?
How do people find me? Shit. Oh man, I'm around. You can find me on Instagram.
Mhm.
I spend a lot of time there. David Flying Art or Flying Art Studios is my business. I also run PDHT Fam, which is like a dance crew. Yeah, man. Otherwise, I'll be out and about. I'm trying to network more. I'm trying to, go to these vaping events, support other creative events. I love partying. So maybe you see me at the clubs. Oh, I love going out. Yeah, man, I love meeting new people, bro. So honestly, like, online's great, and feel free to message me. I feel like some people always reach out and say, hey, like, like, I appreciate it. But nothing beats like in person, right? At one of these events. I love seeing just how we can connect, in real life. Yeah, DMs can go so far, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can find me there on the interwebs.
Cool. Or out and about in your cool glasses then.
Out and about in these glasses that I got from Bali for like $2.
Sweet.
Oh man, yeah. I was telling you, I'm wearing these because I slept at 6 a.m. last night. So I didn't want to look too tired for the podcast, got to look good for the cameras. And I'm like, fuck, what am I going to wear? My eyes are droopy. I'm going to look even more Asian than I normally do.
Mr. Slanty Eyes.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that I'm here, that I, took the time to, dress appropriately, because I feel like it matters, when you show up, the way that you present yourself.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show that, I genuinely care about being here, and I want to be here, and I appreciate you setting it up and having me at the end of the day, man. It means a lot to me. And so hopefully this is just the first of, many things that we do together, whether it be a podcast or the event, or like just anything creative.
Hells yeah.
Yeah, rising together, right? That's the motto.
That's it, man.
Yes. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Look, a joy and pleasure. Look, I'm looking at Jasper's face, and he's nodding and smiling. And look, we went for
shout out to Jasper, right?
Yeah, of course. Shout out to Jasper.
Yeah, in front of the camera now. I'll tag you.
Yeah. So look, an absolute joy, absolute pleasure. So thank you again.
Cool. Thank you, bro.